High above the clouds and far from every familiar road, there exist remote mountain worlds that seem forgotten by time. Hidden within the folds of continents and veiled in thick mist, these secret peaks guard ancient cultures, surreal landscapes, and ecosystems few have ever set foot in. These lands are often concealed by harsh terrain, extreme climates, or lie deep within great mountain ranges, making them almost completely isolated from the modern world. They are not just destinations, they are entire worlds of their own. Join us as we uncover the most breathtaking, hidden mountain realms on Earth. The Dolomites are called the Stone Towers of Europe, stretching about 86 miles in northeastern Italy, stunning with sharp and majestic peaks. The mountains were formed from ancient marine sediments over 200 million years old, preserving fossils that tell Earth's story. Their beauty comes from dramatic contrasts of vertical cliffs, green valleys, flower meadows, and shining glacier lakes. The area was a battlefield during World War I, with military traces still adding haunting historical value. The Dolomites are also a cultural crossroads, shaped by Italian, Austrian, and Ladine influences seen in language, architecture, and traditions. In 2009, UNESCO listed the Dolomites as a World Natural Heritage Site, confirming their outstanding natural and cultural value. Mount Emei is located where the Sichuan Plains meet the Tibetan Plateau, creating drastic terrain shifts over just a few miles. At nearly 1,000 feet, the summit is often hit by hail fog and strong winds, making the climb very tough. The mountain was formed by tectonic activity millions of years ago, rising as a towering rock above a sea of mist. A 30-mile pilgrimage trail has thousands of steps, winding through forests, rivers, and thick clouds. At the peak stands a golden bronze statue of Samantabhadra, about 150 feet tall, with 10 faces facing all directions. Mount Emei is not just for hikers, but a symbol of enlightenment and cosmic connection. Mount Fuji is seen as the majestic symbol of Japan, rising 12390 feet, world famous for its perfect cone shape and snowy summit. The mountain is a stratovolcano, formed by many eruptions over more than 100,000 years, with the last one in 1707. Fuji is considered sacred, linked with Shinto and Buddhism as a pilgrimage site for peace and enlightenment. Its scenery changes with the four seasons, from spring blossoms, summer green, autumn leaves, to winter snow. Today, Fuji draws hundreds of thousands of climbers each year, a natural and spiritual site, honored by UNESCO as a World Heritage. Mount Ararat rises alone on the eastern plains of Turkey at 116,945 feet, standing as the most striking landmark in the entire region. Its summit stays snow-covered all year, reflecting sunlight and creating one of the world's most stunning mountain views. This massive volcanic mountain is both majestic and dangerous, with steep cliffs and rapidly changing weather. The climb takes 4 to 5 days, leading travelers through many climates before reaching the icy peak. Today, Mount Ararat stands as both a majestic natural wonder and a global spiritual heritage, blending nature and faith. Mount Fanjing stands out with 2 temples built on separate stone peaks, connected by a narrow stone bridge over 3,300 feet above the ground. To reach the top, pilgrims must climb over 8,000 steep steps, like a test of strength and determination. From above, clouds swirl through the cliffs, giving the feeling of walking between heaven and earth. The mountain is seen as a sacred place of Maitreya Buddha, symbolizing kindness and future enlightenment. The name Fanjing means a pure land where worldly troubles are washed away through the hard journey. The blend of nature, history, and faith led UNESCO to recognize Mount Fanjing as a World Natural Heritage Site. Mount Bromo is called the most sacred volcano in Indonesia, standing 7,941 feet high, rising above a vast desert of sand with incredible scenery. The mountain is part of one of Indonesia's most active volcanic systems, formed by violent eruptions thousands of years ago. Its unique landscape shows a vast sea of sand surrounded by rugged mountains, like stepping into another planet. Locals see it as sacred, tied to ancient legends and rituals honoring fire gods. The Yadnya Kasada festival happens yearly when people throw food and offerings into the crater to ask for safety and harvest. Today, Bromo is both a spiritual site and an adventure destination where travelers witness surreal landscapes unlike anywhere else. Mount Kazbek stuns with a height over 16,500 feet and twin snow-covered peaks rising like an ice pyramid into the sky. This dormant volcano sends glaciers down into valleys from heights above 14,000 feet, forming massive ice falls. In local myth, a hero was chained to this mountain for stealing fire, making Kazbek a symbol of sacrifice and challenge. On dark cliffs, melting snow forms white streams like milk, seen only for a few weeks each year. The climate is extremely harsh with storm-like winds and thick fog, turning the journey into sudden danger. Kazbek makes people feel small before nature, yet tests human will through silence and cold. Popocatépetl leaves a strong impression with white smoke rising from its top above eternal snow and deep blue sky. Located in central Mexico at about 17,500 feet, it is one of the closest volcanoes to the capital and easy to spot from afar. The volcano is still very active, with more than 15 major eruptions recorded since the 16th century. Legend says it is the shape of Popoca, the immortal warrior guarding his sleeping lover in a love story turned into mountain. Popocatépetl perfectly symbolizes natural power that is both mythical and alive beyond what humans can truly grasp. When dark ash bursts over white snow, the entire mountain looks like a wild beast breathing smoke in a frozen heaven. Mount Hood impresses with its perfectly shaped cone, rising like a snow pyramid in the northwestern sky. The mountain stands about 1,150 feet tall and sits just over 50 miles from a major city, making it both grand and reachable. It was formed by ancient eruptions and remains a potentially active volcano even after centuries of silence. With 12 glaciers at its peak, the weather can shift quickly from sun to wind, fog, and icy snow in just hours. Native people see it as sacred land, where rituals for rain and spirit connection have lasted for generations. Mount Hood is where nature history and belief merge, reminding anyone who stands before it how small they truly are. Mount Fitz Roy rises like a giant stone spear, piercing the sky with its vertical mass and absolute isolation. Located on the border between Argentina and Chile, this 1,200-foot peak was formed from granite that cooled and hardened millions of years ago. Its near vertical cliffs, strong winds, and sudden weather shifts make Fitz Roy one of the hardest climbs on Earth. Locals believe ancestral spirits live on the summit, and every climb must begin with humility and respect. Surrounding the mountain are surreal scenes of melted lakes, blue glaciers, and dark, exposed stone in a frozen land. Mount Fitz Roy is not just a physical challenge, but a spiritual threshold where beauty and danger are one. Drakensberg impresses with basalt cliffs rising over 11,000 feet, stretching more than 600 miles like a giant wall across the sky. Located on the natural border between South Africa and Lesotho, it was formed from volcanic lava, shaped by glaciers and erosion over millions of years. The landscape shifts from green valleys to high grasslands to snowy peaks in winter. Hundreds of major rivers start here, supplying water to millions of people across southern Africa. Drakensberg preserves more than 30,000 ancient rock paintings by the San, showing hunting life and beliefs thousands of years ago. Drakensberg unites natural power history and spirituality, making it a World Heritage treasure. Mount Elbrus is seen as the roof of Europe at about 18,510 feet, standing tall over the Caucasus as the highest mountain in Russia. Its twin summits with the West Peak higher are both covered in eternal snow like a shining crown among the clouds. From its glaciers, more than 20 rivers flow, providing water for major streams across the Caucasus. The scenery changes with elevation from green meadows to thick forests to icy fields on the summit. Elbrus appears in Greek mythology linked to Prometheus chained here for giving fire to mankind. Mount Elbrus is both part of the Seven Summits and a symbol of nature legend and human conquest. Mount Tai is regarded as a symbol of prosperity and endurance, a sacred mountain linked to the culture and pride of China. The peak rises about 1,550 feet, formed from rocks over 2.5 billion years old, making it one of the oldest mountain ranges on Earth. Its summit was praised as the place to greet the first sunrise, with dawn lighting up the eastern sky. For more than 2,000 years, emperors held sacred rituals here to affirm their power and connection with heaven and earth. Thousands of carved stele temples and ancient buildings turn the site into an open-air museum of cultural and religious heritage. In 1987, UNESCO recognized Mount Tai as a World Cultural and Natural Heritage Site, affirming its historical, spiritual, and timeless value. Mount Etna rises about 10800 feet, the most active volcano in Europe, famous for spectacular eruptions continuing for thousands of years. The land around the mountain is covered in basaltic lava, creating fertile plains that support vineyards, citrus groves, and olive trees. In Greek mythology, Etna was seen as the forge of Hephaestus and home of the Cyclops, giving the volcano legendary meaning. Hundreds of small craters scattered across its slopes show rare geological power, shaping the Earth's surface. UNESCO recognized Etna as a World Natural Heritage Site for its unique scientific and cultural value. Today, visitors ride cable cars, hike trails, and witness glowing lava streams flowing across its rugged slopes. Matterhorn rises about 1,469 feet, shaped like a four-sided pyramid, making it one of the most recognizable mountains on the planet. In 1865, Edward Whymper's team first reached the summit, but 4 men died descending, giving the peak a reputation for deadly danger. For decades, Matterhorn earned the grim title of Mountain of Death because many climbers lost their lives on its treacherous faces. Its striking profile became a national symbol, appearing on chocolate brands, travel posters, and inspiring countless works of global art. The granite and gneiss were formed by tectonic collisions between the African and European plates millions of years ago. Today, Matterhorn is both a challenge for mountaineers and a dream destination for travelers around the world. Table Mountain rises about 3,560 feet, with a flat summit nearly 2 miles long, appearing like a giant table above Cape Town. The tablecloth phenomenon occurs when thin clouds drape across its summit, creating a magical and world-famous scene. With a geological age of more than 260 million years, it is considered one of the oldest mountains on Earth. The indigenous Hoisan people regard it as sacred land deeply tied to ancient legends. In 2011, it was recognized as one of the new 7 wonders of nature. Today, visitors ride a rotating cable car or hike over 350 trails to enjoy sweeping views of the city and ocean. Grossglockner in Austria is known as the country's highest peak and the majestic symbol of the Eastern Alps. The mountain has a sharp pyramid shape soaring into the sky, surrounded by snow and dramatic steep slopes. It holds the region's largest glacier, a witness to natural forces shaped by millions of years of uplift and ice. In 1800, the summit was first reached, marking an important milestone in the history of European mountaineering. Over time, it became a national pride, appearing in art, stamps, and cultural symbols of Austria. Today, Grossglockner attracts visitors worldwide with grand landscapes, winding routes, and the chance to climb, trek, and enjoy sweeping alpine views. Mount Kilimanjaro, the tallest peak in Africa and the highest freestanding mountain on Earth. It has three main summits: Kibo, Mwenzi, and Shira, with Kibo still showing signs of dormant volcanic activity. Its landscapes shift with altitude, from tropical rainforest to savanna, then up to permanent ice and snow. The Chaga people regard it as sacred ground, tied to gods and ancient rituals. The mountain gained worldwide fame through Ernest Hemingway's The Snows of Kilimanjaro. Today, it attracts tens of thousands each year who climb to witness the legendary sunrise from Uhuru Peak. Mount Roraima stands out in South America as a giant stone table rising above 9,200 feet, with sheer cliffs enclosing a flat summit 12 miles wide. It is an ancient quartzite structure formed nearly 2 billion years ago, a unique geological treasure. Cliffs 1,300 feet high once blocked access, keeping the summit isolated like a natural fortress for ages. On the summit, strange rock formations and shining lakes create the feeling of entering another world. This grandeur inspired the Lost World novel, imagining dinosaurs and ancient creatures still alive. Today, it is a symbol of trekking in South America, attracting explorers seeking both adventure and mystery. Mount Vesuvius is world famous for the AD 79 eruption, when lava and ash buried a Roman city within hours. The mountain rises about 4,200 feet, with a crater nearly 2,000 feet wide, always releasing faint smoke and hidden power. It was formed by collision of the African and European plates, making Naples one of the most dangerous volcanic zones. Vesuvius has erupted more than 30 times in history, the last in 1944, proving it is still active. Its ash makes surrounding soil very fertile, supporting vineyards and famous wine production. Despite risks, millions still live near its base for resources and scenery. Mount Taranaki, reaching 860 feet, stands as a majestic symbol known for its perfect cone, often compared with Mount Fuji. This stratovolcano last erupted in the 19th century and is still observed carefully with an average cycle of 90 years. From above the land around, it appears as a complete circle, looking like a mysterious mark in nature. In winter, a white cloak of snow turns the peak into a striking opposite against the green fields. Its striking beauty has been used in films, even serving as a stand-in for Mount Fuji. Yet sudden weather shifts make trekking both exciting and dangerous for adventurers. Mount Pulag impresses with the magical sea of clouds, where hikers feel like walking on white waves at sunrise. The mountain stands nearly 9,600 feet tall, presenting a mighty challenge for those eager to conquer. As the climb rises, the deep green forest transforms into mystical mossy woods and finally opens into endless golden grasslands. Local people believe it is the playground of gods because the scene is so grand, it feels beyond imagination. In 1987, this land was protected as a national park, inviting both researchers and adventurers to discover its wonders. Mount Kenya stands out in Africa with a height over 17,000 feet, a silent, ancient volcano that still keeps an unusual, majestic appearance. The mountain has over 12 glaciers and glacial lakes, shaping a grand, surreal view, rare so near the equator. Its slopes host layered ecosystems from grasslands to bamboo forests, pine woods, and giant lobelia and senecio plants reaching 20 feet. These glaciers, lasting thousands of years, continue to amaze both scientists and travelers with nature's extraordinary endurance. It is a challenge for climbers, but also a sacred site, deeply tied to local spiritual traditions. This fusion of natural wonder and cultural meaning led UNESCO to name it a World Heritage Site in 1990. Cordillera del Paine is seen as a natural wonder of South America, with 3 granite peaks over 9,000 feet, towering like giant castles. Light granite mixed with dark sediment, eroded for millions of years by wind and glaciers, created sharp, unique forms. The scenery fascinates with vast plains, turquoise shining lakes, and towering grey cliffs full of strength. The turquoise lakes glow because ice melt grinds rock into fine dust that reflects sunlight beautifully. Winds can lift hikers off their feet, making every journey both challenging and exciting. UNESCO honored the range in 1978, recognizing its global scenic and ecological importance. Mount Shasta stands like a giant snow pyramid, 100 feet and 79 feet tall, rising alone from plains as a striking symbol of the American West. The mountain was formed by hundreds of thousands of years of eruptions, leaving lava flows and a massive crater showing the power of geology. Its summit, is snow-capped all year, contrasting beautifully with the green forests below. In native culture, Shasta is sacred land, home of spirits and gods, spoken of in many ancient legends. The mountain also attracts climbers, photographers, and adventurers seeking both challenge and raw beauty. Mount Shasta combines danger myth and grandeur, making it a mountain of both reverence and mystery. Aoraki Mount Cook is the highest mountain in New Zealand, reaching 1,318 feet, called the rooftop of the nation, and a majestic icon of the Southern Hemisphere. The peak stands sharp and snow-covered all year, creating a stunning view reflected in turquoise glacier lakes below. Surrounding glaciers, some of the largest in the country, flow into valleys, forming dramatic icy landscapes. In Maori tradition, Aoraki means the sky piercer seen as the sacred ancestor, bringing deep spiritual meaning. In modern history, the mountain is linked to the training of Sir Edmund Hillary before climbing Everest. Today, Aoraki Mount Cook is a top destination for climbing, trekking, and sightseeing, recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Jebel Toubkal is called the rooftop of North Africa, rising 1,671 feet in the Atlas Mountains of Morocco, and known as a world adventure destination. The mountain was formed by complex tectonic activity over millions of years, leaving sharp granite basalt and limestone formations. In 1923, the summit was first climbed, opening a new era of mountaineering in North Africa. Today, Toubkal is a paradise for adventurers combining conquest of nature with raw, untouched beauty. Mount Nyiragongo is famous for its massive lava lake-wide, constantly boiling red like a giant sea of fire. The mountain stands 180 feet high in the Virunga Range of eastern Congo and is seen as one of Africa's most dangerous active volcanoes. Nyiragongo is a stratovolcano formed by the East African Rift, where Earth's crust splits and huge mountains rise. Its scenery is striking, with a fiery summit, while its slopes are covered by lush green forests. Today, Nyiragongo is both a rare natural wonder and a reminder of Earth's terrifying power. The Andes are the longest mountain range in the world, stretching over 4,300 miles along South America's west coast, the natural backbone of the continent. Many peaks rise above 2,000 feet, snow-covered year-round, creating scenery equal to the greatest ranges on Earth. The Andes were formed by collision of the Nazca and South American plates, a tectonic process still active with frequent quakes. Its landscapes vary from deserts and windswept plateaus to tropical rainforests, showing both harshness and diversity. It was once the heart of the Inca Empire, leaving great mountain roads and cultural heritage still influencing life today. Now the Andes are a paradise for trekking, climbing, and cultural discovery, blending natural wonder and long history. Mount Sinai is not only of religious meaning, but also a geological witness formed millions of years ago when Earth's crustal plates collided and pushed the mountain upward. At 7,497 feet high, it rises in the barren desert like a natural fortress filled with majesty. The sacred legend tied to this place has made it a famous pilgrimage center for many centuries. Sunrise on the summit brings a breathtaking sight as light covers the vast sea of rocks in mysterious colors. Standing in that immense space, visitors feel small before the power of nature and eternal sacredness. Rocky mountains stretch over 3,000 miles, like a massive spine dividing North America, with hundreds of peaks over 12,000 feet tall, covered in snow all year. These mountains formed around 80 million years ago when ancient rock layers were pushed up by huge tectonic forces. Many peaks still show signs of ancient seas, with folded sediment layers shaped like fossilized waves. The ecosystem here is rich with grizzly bears, bald eagles, and pine forests across different elevations. Some mountain roads go above 12,000 feet, where clouds drift below your tires. The dry, cold air, bright sunlight, and endless snow make it feel like a world far above the earth below. Ben Nevis was once a giant volcano that collapsed after violent eruptions, leaving a sunken summit surrounded by mist. This mountain stands about 4,413 feet tall, but is often covered in thick fog, where climbers see nothing but white. The trail is over 11 miles long and takes 6 to 8 hours through strong winds, hail, and steep stone paths. Even in summer, snow can suddenly fall, turning green slopes into a white world within minutes. A weather station once operated on the summit for 21 years, where scientists endured freezing winds year-round. Ben Nevis is not only a physical challenge, but a living record of hundreds of millions of years of Earth's history. Aconcagua is the highest peak outside Asia, reaching 2,838 feet, where the sky feels closer and the air is painfully thin. This giant mountain is not a volcano, but formed by the collision of two huge tectonic plates millions of years ago. Snow covers it year-round, but the wind reaching 80 mph is what scares even the most experienced climbers. Temperatures at the top can fall below -30 degrees Fahrenheit, making long stops dangerous for the body. It doesn't require technical rope skills, but the altitude and weather keep summit success at only about 30%. Aconcagua is the ultimate test of fitness, willpower, and surviving one of Earth's harshest climbing environments. Huangshan is where strange rock shapes rise from ancient seabeds formed over 60 million years ago. The range has dozens of peaks between 3,000 and 5,900 feet, with steep cliffs and valleys that twist like fossil waves. Pines grow from rock cracks, leaning boldly into the air, as if greeting visitors from another realm. Sudden climate shifts bring fog light and temperature changes, as if crossing through different worlds. This place was once sacred to ancient monks, poets, and painters who believed it was a site of spiritual awakening. Huangshan is not just mountains. It is a place where earth, sky, and Eastern spirituality come together. Altai Mountains are the only place on Earth where the borders of 4 countries meet at a snow-covered mountain range. Rising above 14,000 feet, Altai holds glaciers, grasslands, frozen lakes, and ancient pine forests all in one space. Some waterfalls drop over 300 feet into icy canyons, forming misty clouds that float like white smoke in the sky. The landscape changes so fast, you can go from summer grass to snowy valley in just 2 miles. Many cliffs still hold thousands of stone carvings, showing hunting rituals and life from tens of thousands of years ago. Altai is not just a mountain range, it is a gateway to secrets about human origins. Machu Picchu stands out for its location, floating above a mountain peak over 7,900 feet high, surrounded by clouds and steep cliffs. This stone city was built in the 15th century and forgotten for hundreds of years before being rediscovered in the early 20th century. Over 200 buildings were made of stone fitted without mortar, so precisely a knife blade can't fit between the blocks. The Inca used no wheels, metal or concrete, yet built a lasting wonder in an impossible mountain setting. Many windows and temples align with the sunrise, showing their deep understanding of astronomy. Machu Picchu is not just a ruin, but living proof of ancient intelligence and spiritual power. Mount Kazbek stuns with a height over 16,500 feet and twin snow-covered peaks rising like an ice pyramid into the sky. This dormant volcano sends glaciers down into valleys from heights above 14,000 feet, forming massive ice falls. In local myth, a hero was chained to this mountain for stealing fire, making Kazbek a symbol of sacrifice and challenge. On dark cliffs, melting snow forms white streams like milk, seen only for a few weeks each year. The climate is extremely harsh with storm-like winds and thick fog, turning the journey into sudden danger. Mount Kosciuszko is the highest peak in Australia, but can be reached just by walking without needing mountain climbing skills. This mountain is about 7,300 feet tall and stands in southeastern Australia, where gentle slopes make the hike friendly. Even as the tallest on the continent, the summit shows grasslands, wildflowers, and clear skies instead of harsh cliffs. Its name honors a Polish hero, creating a unique link between two distant cultures. Indigenous peoples see this as a sacred place, used for rituals and tribal gatherings for thousands of years. Mount Kosciuszko is a peak that anyone can reach, yet it holds deep history, culture, and surprising peace. Mount Rinjani is called the volcano that gives birth to another volcano with a crater lake and an inner cone still active. Temperatures change quickly with hot mornings, freezing nights, strong winds, and fog hiding all sight. Mount Rinjani is not just a destination, but a journey of spirit and body where humans face their own limits. The trek passes through dense rainforest with giant trees rising dozens of feet, then through open, windy grasslands before climbing ash-covered rocky slopes. At about 12,500 feet, It is more than a mountain. It is a top trekking site in Asia, filled with hardship. Locals see the lake at the summit as sacred, offering rituals each year to honor the mountain's spirits. Cerro Torre overwhelms with its spear-like shape, piercing the sky. Though only about 100 and 200 feet tall, it is harder than peaks, twice the height. Located in Patagonia, known as the windiest land on Earth, its summit is often covered in clouds and sudden snowstorms. Cerro Torre was formed from magma, turned to granite, then eroded by glaciers for millions of years, leaving a unique stone tower. Weather can change in minutes, from sunshine to hail-strong winds and heavy fog. In 1959, a team claimed to conquer Cerro Torre, but a partner died and evidence was lost, leaving the achievement questioned for decades. Cerro Torre is not just a mountain, but an ultimate trial symbolizing nature's defiance beyond human reach. Simien Mountains impress with cliffs thousands of feet high, and Ras Dashen reaching 1,830 feet, the tallest peak in Ethiopia. The range was formed by ancient volcanic activity millions of years ago, shaped over time by wind and water. Its features include deep gorges, rugged plateaus, and sharp pinnacles, often called an African green Grand Canyon. It is home to Gelada monkeys, walia, ibex, and Ethiopian wolves, rare animals found only here. People have lived here for thousands of years, leaving terraces, villages, and traces of emperors. Simien Mountains combine grand nature, unique wildlife, and deep history, recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Atlas Mountains are called the Shield of North Africa, stretching across Morocco, Algeria, and Tunisia, forming a mighty natural boundary over 1,500 miles long. Toubkal Peak, at about 13,600 feet, is snow-capped in winter, the highest point in northern Africa, and a proud symbol of the range. It was formed by ancient geological activity with basalt and sandstone layers, creating deep gorges and dramatic valleys. The scenery shifts from snowy summits to green forests to arid plains, forming a colorful canvas of nature. The Berber people have lived here for thousands of years, carrying language, music, and customs, blending culture with the mountains. Atlas Mountains are more than peaks. They are living space memory and cultural emblem of North Africa. K2 is called the Savage Mountain for its deadly record, where one climber dies for every 4 who succeed. Rising 228,251 feet on the border of Pakistan and China, it is the second tallest mountain, but more dangerous than any other. Its shape is like a giant pyramid, with four icy faces combining grandeur with a chilling sense of fear. The landscape is brutal, with sheer cliffs, ice towers hundreds of feet high, and snowstorms lasting for days. With no fixed ropes or rescue services, climbers must rely fully on themselves against harsh nature. Since the first ascent in 1954, K2 has become a living legend, a symbol of both perfect beauty and ultimate danger. Nanga Parbat is known for a vertical rock wall over 14,700 feet tall, considered the largest cliff face on Earth. The elevation difference of nearly 23,000 feet from base to summit creates a massive and intimidating natural presence. The terrain includes razor-sharp glaciers, vertical drops, and surprise snowstorms that can bury climbers within minutes. This mountain was formed when two giant continental plates collided, pushing ancient seabed rocks skyward millions of years ago. Many have died climbing here due to extreme conditions, giving it the name Killer Mountain among explorers. This is where untouched nature and fragile human survival stand just one breath apart. Kanchenjunga is famous as a mountain over 280-100 feet tall that no one has ever truly reached because of deep spiritual beliefs. Its 5 huge snowy peaks symbolize the 5 treasures of snow, seen as nature's gifts for prosperity and life. Over millions of years, tectonic collisions lifted this enormous mass, turning it into a grand symbol of the Himalayas. The scenery of long glaciers and sheer ice walls gives the mountain the look of a giant frozen fortress. Unstable weather makes it a place of constant danger, where overwhelming beauty coexists with harsh challenges no one can ignore. Legends say divine treasures within the snowy peaks will appear when the world is in peril, adding even more mystery to the mountain. Tide stands out with such a dry volcanic setting that NASA once used it to train astronauts in extraterrestrial conditions. This 1,188 feet peak is not only the highest in Spain, but also holds great cultural and historical meaning. Ancient eruptions created basalt fields and wide lava plains, turning Tida into a vast open-air natural museum. The summit shows 2 opposite faces, with fiery heat in summer and white snow like an icy planet in winter. At night, the sky above Tida is so clear, thousands of stars are visible, making it a paradise for astronomers. Tida is more than a natural wonder. It is a place where people connect with ancient myths and the infinite sky. Galdhøpiggen is the tallest mountain in northern Europe. standing about 8,100 feet tall and covered in white snow all year. The mountain was formed over millions of years as ancient glaciers carved into rock, leaving behind a massive geological structure. From the summit, visitors can gaze to the horizon where countless snow-covered peaks rise, layer after layer. Today, it is a meeting place for those who want to explore harsh beauty and find humility before eternal nature. Blue Mountains are famous for their mysterious blue haze created by eucalyptus oil particles reflecting sunlight across the entire range. This mountain region spans more than 4,100 square miles, with towering sandstone cliffs, deep valleys, and white waterfalls stretching for miles. Over millions of years, erosion of ancient sandstone has shaped one of the most spectacular landscapes in Oceania. The whole range is covered by eucalyptus forests, occupying more than 90% of the land, home to over 400 species of wildlife. Indigenous people regard the mountains as sacred land, linked to ancient legends of creation and the power of nature. Today, Blue Mountains are a natural and cultural symbol, attracting millions of visitors who come to admire and experience their magnificence. Mount Rainier rises 1/4 for 10 feet, not only the highest peak of the Pacific Northwest, but also a symbol of grandeur and danger. It holds more than 25 giant glaciers, making it the largest ice concentration in the United States outside Alaska, feeding countless rivers. Its eternal snow-covered summit contrasts with vast forests and deep valleys below. This is still an active volcano, with many past eruptions, listed among the nation's most serious natural threats. Despite its severity, Rainier attracts thousands of climbers each year as the ultimate test of endurance and human spirit. The mountain stands not only as a natural wonder, but also as proof of the dramatic balance between beauty and destruction in nature. Mount Meru stands about 14,980 feet, both a geological wonder and a spiritual symbol, seen as one of Africa's most captivating mountains. The mountain was shaped by many violent eruptions, with one major event, a century ago, leaving a vast crater and steep cliffs. From the summit, visitors see rolling clouds surrounding them, a view that feels like standing in another world. The climb takes travelers through climates from humid tropical forests to freezing near icy air at the top. In belief, Mount Meru is sacred, a symbol of connection between heaven, earth, and human life. Though calm today, it remains a dangerous volcano, reminding us that nature holds both sublime beauty and destructive force. Mount Aspiring is called the Matterhorn of the South. With its perfect triangular snow-capped shape, making it one of New Zealand's most iconic peaks. The mountain rises about 9,945 feet, formed by young tectonic forces of the Southern Alps combined with glaciers, creating a majestic landscape. Large glaciers flow down from its summit into deep valleys, feeding beautiful rivers and crystal-clear lakes. Its scenery shows soft green meadows below, contrasted with icy snow-covered peaks above. Mount Aspiring is also a premier destination for adventurers, with climbing routes demanding high skill and endurance. The blend of raw beauty and tough challenges makes Mount Aspiring a symbol of grandeur and human aspiration. Uluru in Australia is one of the world's most famous natural and cultural symbols, often called the largest monolith on the planet. At sunrise and sunset, the entire rock changes color from bright red to burning orange and then deep purple, creating a magical view. This giant sandstone formed more than 500 million years ago from ancient sea deposits, remaining as the hard core of a vanished mountain range. It is a sacred land for the Anangu people, linked to Dreamtime legends and considered the spiritual center of the world. Visitors can walk the 6-mile trail around the base, watch rare waterfalls after rains, and enjoy the desert light exhibition at night. Sierra Nevada in the United States stretches over 250 miles, featuring Mount Whitney at 1,4505 feet, the highest point in the entire 48 continental states. The range holds more than 4,000 glacial lakes, deep valleys, and massive granite cliffs formed during the Ice Age, creating spectacular scenery. Here grow bristlecone pine trees that live more than 4,000 years, considered the oldest surviving trees on the planet. In the 19th century, this region was the center of the California Gold Rush, where hundreds of thousands came seeking fortune. For native tribes, Sierra Nevada is tied to legends, rituals, and seen as sacred land for countless generations. Today, it is an outdoor paradise with climbing, skiing, trekking, and watching the bright starry sky in untouched wilderness. Mont Blanc rises 15774 feet, the highest peak of the Alps and Western Europe, called the Roof of Europe, with majestic snow and ice landscapes all year. The mountain holds more than 40 glaciers and hundreds of square miles of snow, forming a vast glacial ecosystem with breathtaking scenery found in few places. In 1786, Jacques Balmat and Michel Gabriel Paccard first reached the summit, an event seen as the birth of modern mountaineering. Mont Blanc also inspired countless romantic poets and artists, becoming a cultural symbol that went far beyond its geographical borders. Today, Mont Blanc draws millions of visitors with climbing, skiing, trekking across 3 countries, and the Aiguille du Midi cable car reaching above 12600 feet. Denali, the tallest mountain in North America, stands out with steep slopes and massive glaciers surrounding its base. Its vertical rise from base to summit is nearly 18000 feet, making it one of the most demanding climbs on Earth. In the Athabascan language of Alaska natives, Denali means the Great One, reflecting deep respect for the mountain. In 1913, Hudson Stuck and Harry Carstens led the first successful ascent, opening a new era of mountaineering in Alaska. The climate is extremely harsh, with winter temperatures dropping below -75 degrees Fahrenheit and winds exceeding 150 miles per hour. Today, Denali is both a spiritual symbol and a hub for adventure tourism and Alaskan wilderness exploration. The Pyrenees stretch about 270 miles, forming a mighty natural wall dividing France and Spain. Peaks rise above 11000 feet, with thousands of glacial lakes creating surreal alpine scenery. In history, the range served as a vital route for Romans and medieval travelers, leaving castles and fortresses still standing today. The mountains are tied to legends of giants, witches, and unique folklore passed through generations. It is also a cultural crossroads where French, Spanish, and Basque traditions blend in festivals, music, and language. Today, the Pyrenees are a paradise for trekking, climbing, skiing, and exploring breathtaking landscapes. Mount Kinabalu rises about 1,345 feet, the tallest peak in Malaysia and one of Southeast Asia's most striking mountains. Its granite summit formed more than 10 million years ago, creating dramatic cliffs and towering walls. The mountain is a biological paradise with over 6,000 plants, 300 birds, and 100 mammals thriving in its ecosystem. It is home to the giant Rafflesia flower, which can bloom more than 3 feet across. For the Kadazan Dusun people, Kinabalu is a sacred home of gods and ancestral spirits. Today, it is a legendary trekking site where travelers climb to witness the magical sunrise at the summit. Cotopaxi is one of the highest active volcanoes on Earth, famous for its perfectly symmetrical cone capped with snow year-round. The volcano has erupted more than 50 times since the 16th century, with mud flows and lava threatening Quito. It is one of the few equatorial volcanoes with glaciers, showing a rare mix of fire and ice. In the Quechua language, Cotopaxi means throat of the moon, reflecting its sacred role in local culture. The Quechua people see it as Father Mountain, a guardian spirit of crops and water. Today, Cotopaxi is a world-famous trekking destination where visitors climb high and watch the sunrise over snowy peaks. The Southern Alps are among the Southern Hemisphere's most famous natural landmarks, defined by towering peaks and breathtaking scenery. Geologically, they still rise about 0.2 inches each year due to tectonic collisions, shaping sharp ridges and dramatic cliffs. Harsh weather, with snowstorms, strong winds, and heavy rain, makes climbing extremely challenging. The range is home to the Kia, the world's most intelligent and mischievous alpine parrot, along with many endemic birds. Globally, the Southern Alps gained fame as a filming location for The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Today, millions of visitors come to ski, climb, and explore its untouched wilderness. Mount Whitney in California is the tallest peak in the continental United States and a majestic symbol of the Sierra Nevada. The granite mountain towers above the deep Owens Valley with a height difference of over 14000 feet, one of the greatest contrasts in North America. Its summit often stays snow-covered year-round, and sudden summer snowstorms sometimes strike despite California's sunny reputation. In 1873, three American explorers first climbed Whitney, marking an important milestone in the history of U.S. mountaineering. Today, the 22-mile Mount Whitney Trail challenges thousands of hikers each year while offering breathtaking scenery. Chimborazo rises about 20549 feet, the tallest mountain in Ecuador and globally famous for its unique geographic position. Because Earth bulges at the equator, its summit is the farthest point from Earth's center, even beyond Everest by that measure. The extinct volcano is capped with massive glaciers, once used as a natural ice supply by local people. For the Quechua, Chimborazo is sacred, tied to legends of gods and ancestral spirits. In 1802, Alexander von Humboldt's historic expedition placed Chimborazo on the world's scientific map. Today, it is a challenging trekking site where climbers witness legendary sunrises over snowy peaks. Triglav in Slovenia, the country's highest mountain, and a sacred symbol tied to national pride. The peak has three connected summits, giving it the unique three-headed shape within the Julian Alps. In 1778, 4 climbers first reached the top, beginning a mountaineering tradition that continues strongly today. Slovenians believe every citizen should climb Triglav at least once in their lifetime to affirm love for the homeland and unity. The name also links to ancient Slavic mythology, where Triglav was a three-headed god protecting people and land. Today, the peak stands within Slovenia's largest national park, attracting visitors for trekking, climbing, skiing, and year-round majestic scenery. Mount Olympus in Greece, seen as the most sacred peak, because mythology says 12 great gods once lived there. Its summit, Mitikas, is often covered by clouds, giving a mysterious atmosphere and reinforcing belief in Zeus's throne. Olympus became Greece's first national park in 1938, protecting more than 1,700 plant species along with diverse wildlife. Today, Olympus is a famous trekking destination, where reaching the summit rewards climbers with sweeping views of the Aegean Sea and Thessaly Plain. More than just a mountain, Olympus is both a natural heritage and a cultural symbol of Greece's spirit. Pico de Orizaba stands nearly 18491 feet high, not only Mexico's tallest mountain, but also among the 3 highest peaks in North America. It is a dormant volcano, last erupting in the 19th century, yet still considered potentially active. The mountain holds Gran Glaciar Norte, the largest glacier in Mexico, providing vital fresh water to surrounding lands. Its scenery blends eternal snow, ancient lava flows, alpine grasslands, and dense pine forests. Local traditions see it as the dwelling place of gods, tied to sacred myths and legends. Today, Pico de Orizaba is a national pride, appearing in poetry and lore while drawing thousands of climbers each year. The Dachstein Alps in Austria are highlighted by Hoher Dachstein at 9,838 feet, seen as the majestic symbol of the Northern Limestone Alps. In 1834, the summit was first climbed, marking the beginning of mountaineering tourism and scientific research in Austria. With its harmony of natural scenery and historic villages, the Dachstein Salzkammergut region was named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Today, it attracts visitors not only for climbing and skiing, but also for the skywalk at 8,858 feet, called the Balcony of the Alps. Towering limestone walls, glacial valleys, and drifting clouds make the Dachstein Alps one of Europe's most surreal and spectacular landscapes. Mesa Verde stands about 8,500 feet high, marked by vast sandstone plateaus and towering cliffs. From the 6th century, the ancestral Puebloans built hundreds of stone structures carved into the cliffs. Multi-level dwellings combining living areas and ceremonial spaces show advanced architecture and social organization. They reveal how people adapted brilliantly to the harsh environment of the American Southwest. In 1978, UNESCO recognized Mesa Verde as a World Heritage Site of global cultural and historical value. Today, it is a unique destination where travelers explore sandstone landscapes and discover an ancient civilization.